Kirby Smart and the Dogs are coming off a massive recruiting weekend in Athens. It's one of the biggest recruiting weekends of the season, really, of the year. It's the big scavenger hunt weekend, and we've got the insider notes, tons of Georgia Bulldog recruiting scoop over on Dog Post right now, so you can dig into all that. We've got notes on several five-star prospects, a lot of notes on official visitors. Unofficial visitors is a jam-packed story that you can read for free over on the website, so make sure you do that today. But I definitely wanted to jump on here and share some of the notes that I've gathered, reaching out to sources. Of course, this is big recruiting season, and this is the weekend that kicks things off. This is the scavenger hunt weekend that is always a weekend or two before the massive slew of official visitors that are coming over the next several weeks. And this is the weekend that leads to commitments over time. So I'm going to jump into all of that. The first guy I want to talk about, and you can read this story again over on Dog Post for free. But I want to talk about David Sanders, number 2 player in the country, 5-star offensive tackle. I've reported for a while now that Georgia was a team that seemed to be out in front of the race early on. Georgia, Clemson. He took multiple visits to Tennessee this spring, Ohio State, Nebraska, South Carolina. So a lot of teams have jumped in here, but this is a big visit for Sanders and his family. I've been told that Georgia's going to be in the mix the entire way. There's nothing that has changed. Georgia never really dropped off in his recruitment. He and his family are very tight. They know what they're looking for in a school, and they know what Georgia brings to the table. Stacey Searles, what he's done at Georgia, what the program has done as far as developing offensive line talent, and they know that. And he's a guy that's different from the big, massive 6'7", 340-pound guys, 350-pound guys that they signed in that last cycle. He is different. He's a special offensive tackle prospect that they want badly. So this is a big visit. He spent time with Mason Short, a 4-star offensive lineman, and Zaire Addison, who's a 4-star offensive lineman from Tampa, who's on his official visit. For the news on him, the insider scoop there, I wanted to send you over to Dog Post because I've got a story on him. He gave me some quotes. So everything you need to know about that official visitor is over on the website, and you can read that one for free too. Real quick, before I talk about Marcus Harrison, a playmaking 4-star wide receiver from California that I think Georgia gained some ground on, collegebronze.com. Get you one of these bad boys right here. It's the best Georgia Bulldog statue on the market. If you're still looking for a graduation gift, someone going to Georgia, someone who just graduated from Georgia, family, friend, neighbor, this is the gift that they will absolutely love. Father's Day, perfect Father's Day gift for the father, grandfather, son in your family. So make sure you do that. You can get a discount today, promo code DOGPOST. Everything is in the description below in this video, so make sure you check that out. Check out all the 5-star reviews. I know a 5-star when I see one. Kirby Smart knows a 5-star when he sees one. There were a bunch on campus this weekend, so I want to continue talking about that, but this is a 5-star product as well. And again, you can get a discount today, promo code DOGPOST. All the information is in the description below this video. Get yours today. Marcus Harris is has Georgia in his top 5 now. Clearly, I think Georgia's in a real position to land him. Now, this official visit was early, and he's going to take other visits, and he's going to have USC and Oregon in his ear, and Texas and Alabama. But I do think Georgia gained some ground. Not ready to say that they lead or anything, but I think he is a legitimate. He has a legitimate interest in Georgia, and I think Georgia is absolutely in the running. I don't know if it's their 4th out of 5, 5 out of 5, 2 out of 5, but I know they made an impression on him this weekend. CJ Wiley, an unofficial visitor, a guy who could have 5 stars next to his name very soon. He gave me some quotes, and again, this is a guy that could be one of the best receivers in the country when the rankings are all done. He's a 4-star now, but you talk about size, production, speed. This guy has possibly the best combination of all 3 of any receiver in the country. I firmly believe that. He gave me some quotes, and you can read that over on Dog Post. I'm not going to share the quotes here because I want you to read it over on the site because it's free. It's free. So go read the quotes over there. But he is a big deal, and a guy who his dad played at LSU. His mom was an athlete at LSU. This kid is the real deal. I think Georgia's got a real shot at him. I also spoke with Travis Smith Jr., another big-time receiver from the state of Georgia. He's out of Westlake High School, so make sure you're on Dog Post to read that story. He gave me a lot of really good quotes. Isaiah Gibson, another big visitor this weekend. You know him, all about him now if you're a Dog Post member. If you've been watching these videos, he is an excellent pass rushing defender who can stop the run as well, but long, athletic, committed to Southern Cal when a lot of people think he was kind of trending Georgia's way. I know I did in February when I spoke with him at the Atlanta Under Armour camp, but he's a really good player and a top Georgia target. And he told me Georgia's 100% big on family. That's the message. They're all about family. They want this young man to stay in the state of Georgia, be close to his family, and that's the message. Because right now he is publicly committed to play at Southern Cal, but this is a recruitment that I think could still go different ways. It's May. It's May. Commitments matter, but they don't really matter as much as they will moving forward, even in several months. If you can keep your guys on board committed through the summer, there's a really good chance you'll keep them through the fall and then end up signing them when it matters most. But Isaiah Gibson knows that Athens, Georgia, Kirby Smart, that program, they're about family. And that's really their message. I still think Georgia's in a good position to flip him. It's not a slam dunk. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying it's happening soon. But I think when it's time to make a final decision, this big-time target from Warner Robins, middle of the state, I think could lean Georgia's way and flip to Georgia. That's what I'm trying to say. If I can get it out of my mouth, that's what I'm trying to say. Trey McKnight, number one safety in the country from Ohio, came down, got some work with Janelle Aguero. He came down to work. He didn't come down to just visit. He put on his Instagram him working with Janelle Aguero, who's a safety at Georgia who could earn a starting job. So this guy's always getting better. I was told that Georgia is now in the running. I think they made an impression. That's what I was told. But again, I'm not saying they lead. I'm not saying they're going to land him. I'm saying that he is an out-of-state elite prospect from Ohio that could absolutely play out of state. From everything we've heard, that he could absolutely leave the state. And he knows what Georgia's about, and that's secondary. And guys that have been have played for Kirby Smart, he knows the program. And again, all these kids, I've said this before, these high school kids now, since they were kids until high school, Georgia's been a major program. And if any of them grew up watching college football, Georgia's been in that top 5, top 10 since 2017, and now they've been a power program. So these kids, out-of-state guys, they look at Georgia as one of the offers. I've actually written a story that's on the website right now. I wrote it 2 days ago, where this young man, out-of-state kid, I believe he's from North Carolina, I forgot where. I'd have to go back and read my own story, but he said, when you get that Georgia offer, that's something. That's the one everyone wants. Used to be Alabama, but to some kids it's Georgia. But this young man, I think Georgia's in the running for him firmly. That's what I gathered. Not saying they lead, but this is a real deal 5-star safety that I think is seriously considering Georgia after this past visit. Zayden Walker, 5-star linebacker from Slide County. I've talked about him a lot. I still think Georgia leads for him. They offered him as a freshman. Had easy 5-star potential the first time I saw him years and years ago at an all-star game when he was a freshman. Running back, linebacker, physical, strong, muscular frame. He was in Athens this weekend. He'll be back in a couple weekends for his official visit. He's making his decision in early July. So I felt Georgia's been the leader for a while. His relative, it's either a close cousin or a half-brother. He's a relative, Jalewis Solomon, really good player, now plays at South Carolina. He played at Slide County. He was a wide receiver defensive back that Georgia liked, but they didn't really push for him. But they want Zayden Walker, and he is a big-time linebacker that Glenn Schumann has always had his eye on. So I think Georgia only increased their chances. South Carolina, I do think, is a threat. Those guys are close, and he could play earlier at South Carolina than he could at Georgia. And I think he knows that, and I think Georgia knows that, but they're pitching him, hey, stay home. We can develop you. You can play for a program. You can play for Glenn Schumann, who just gets his guys into the NFL time after time after time. His resume speaks for itself. Georgia's defense speaks for itself. He knows that. He's been to Athens a lot, and he's going to be back again very soon, May 31st weekend, for his official visit. And if they don't close the deal there and land his commitment in early July, I would be very surprised. But just a few 5-star guys. I mean, those are notes on several 5-stars in that one story that you could read over on the website for free. So make sure you do that, because the information that we're giving out on Dog Post, we're trying to get you through the off season. So we want to give you some free stories to read with some quality 5-star info that we gather from these players and their parents and their trainers and their coaches, after these visits. So Make sure you read all the insider scoop on the in the story on the website that I did not share here. But we want to see you over there. Thanks for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Get your Bulldog today. It's all in the description below. Promo code DOGPOST. Make sure you do that. But I do think Georgia's class could be taking off soon. This is a weekend that could lead to some early commitments next month or in July, really. But big month of June coming up. Make sure you're on Dog Post watching this channel for the latest recruiting updates. There's going to be a lot of them coming soon. So make sure you're watching. I'll see you on the website.